The following game has been rated E10+, which is short for everyone aged 10 and up by the ESRB for fantasy violence, and online interactions are not rated by the ESRB. So basically fantasy violence. That means anyone under the age of 10 should not be watching this video. You have been warned. Greetings and salutations. I am Outlier, and I bid you welcome to this channel. Joining me today is, of course, my usual co-hosts, Snowball and Wolf. And today we are returning back to Minecraft. Do quarries count? Well, then I guess we're not building a mine. So the premise of Minecraft is that it's an open world sandbox creative game where you can spawn into one of any number of environments, strip mine the environment of every natural resource you can get your grubby little mittens on, then whatever is on your hands. Then it's just your bare hands. And at which point you can then use the materials that you've gathered to build, well, pretty much whatever your heart desires. And while the stuff that I build personally is, well, I would consider it rather large, or at the very least slightly complex, I've seen pictures of people doing far more impressive things than I'll ever do. But that's not really all that important, because we're not going to be looking at their stuff, and I'm just going to keep building what I'm building because I like what I build, and I enjoy building it. So, with that in mind, this game is, of course, made by... Thank you again. And that being said, let us begin. Alright, so here we are in, well, if you've seen any prior episode, here we are in... True, we weren't here in the first episode, but... Anyway, if you've seen any prior episode from when we've actually started building our massive city, this is where we normally start. It's right above our squirrel hut, which is buried below ground down there, which is where I go to keep myself safe from all that goes bump in the night, because they fear the day. But that's neither here nor there. I do have some more stone cooking. I'm running low on charcoal, so after this load I'm going to have to gather more wood to well, get more charcoal to turn more cobblestone into stone, which I then manually turn into stone bricks, and then from there, anything else that I want. So this is not our city. This is the quarry. The quarry is where I go gather the stone. It is not finished because, well, to be fair, I don't really feel much need to finish it, and plus it's mostly made out of, well, spruce planks, and spruce really, I would say it's hard to come by, but, you know, there's still plenty there, plenty over there, plenty more far off there. I got some oak off in the distance. I also have some spruce trees growing right here, and some oak as well. And that's pretty much what this thing is made out of, mostly because I don't really have much in the way of other trees either growing or growing in large quantities. So there's always that. I do have one dark oak tree growing right here, a couple acacia trees, well, a pair of acacia trees, I should say, growing right here. The jungle tree refuses to grow no matter where I put it, and I don't even... Oh, look, there's a fox over there. Hello, Mr. or Mrs. Fox. And they ignore me. As I was saying, jungle tree, growing, not... Well, actually, it's not growing somewhere. It is over here. At least its saplings are. Every time I start one of these, I just simply move it from place to place. Probably doesn't help with its growth cycle, but oh well. I do wonder if they programmed it to just simply not grow in this biome. Which, given the fact I think it's supposed to be a tundra-like environment, just simply because spruce trees grew all over this place, and I'm most familiar with spruce trees being in tundra environments. So I just simply, every time I start a video, I just move the jungle saplings to a new spot, and just see what takes. I also put the torches back down. But I'm not here to start a jungle biome in the middle of spruce terrain. I am here to build Nimbus, City Above the Clouds, which is... Oh, crud. Freaked out at a plant. Anyway, Nimbus, City Above the Clouds, up there. Giant city above the clouds, hence name. I would say, did I turn off one of the water elevators? But no, the temporary means of getting up was just blocking it. Anyway. Man, these sweet berries definitely do not want to be picked. But when they're pretty much your only source of sustenance that's currently regrowing, you really don't have much of a choice now, do you? And anyway, I did do some work in between episodes. Yes, the day before counts as in between episodes. If we go all the way up here, and yes, it is a very, very long way up. Because, again, above the clouds. So anyway, I built these dirt paths around the outer wall, the outer edge of Nimbus. Mostly so that way I could get the detailing in the form of the upside down steps in place. And, well, for what walls I've managed to complete on the lower portion of Nimbus, City Above the Clouds. And yes, I do intend to say the entire name every time, as long as I remember to do so.
But for the sides that aren't well complete, I got as far as I could as I fall off. But that's why I build this thing over the water. What are you? Those are either ducks, and ducks technically aren't in the game, or that's a traveling merchant. Why there's a traveling merchant in the middle of the water, I have absolutely no idea, but, you know, I've seen them in pretty much any random location, so why not? And I really need to put more lights down in here. But, that's not on the to-do list for right now. What is on the to-do list for right now is to continue building Nimbus, City Above the Clouds. As I go up the official and technically the only truly finished built method, up the water elevator. And yes, I did test. You can't actually hold your breath long enough to get from the bottom to the top without sticking your head out of the water. I did change these points on this side slightly. Before, the piston to cut off the water flow was like right here and on the ground. Instead, what I did was move the water block up to about, say, it's either here or here. I think it's here, but don't hold me to that. And then set up the piston here. So it still works if I hit the lever opens up, opens up, cutting off the water flow. No more water elevator. I haven't quite gotten around to building something to prevent people from just walking down the big hole and probably falling to their deaths. Although I am kind of on the fence as to whether or not I actually want to do anything. And the sun is setting. So I did that to the other one. Probably should put more in. Very well. I still got these two walls to finish, as well as the upper portions of the upper plate, and then the upper plate itself. And
I'll get to that.
the main reason why I'm telling all of this as opposed to actually doing all of this is because I only have 4 stone bricks. Yeah, first 4 stone brick blocks, and they can't really be made to do anything. Also, the upper scaffolding is so I can put stone brick stairs here to continue the detailing. At least that'll happen once I get stone brick stairs. For right now, we leap off and try not to die, as I pretty much almost headbutted drowned. I wonder if I can build a picket fence with bamboo. I don't think so. I mean, maybe. I can't really get through here. I can here. I'll have to work on it and try to figure out how exactly it places. Every time I see a new resource in this game, one of my first thoughts is, how exactly can I build something interesting with that? Or, just build something at all. I was going to say the stone bricks are still need to be cooked, but they're finished cooking. Unfortunately, once that group of 8 stone is done and used and over with, I only have 2 and a little over 3/4 stacks left, so I'm going to have to keep digging. Also, I did kind of continue digging in the quarry, but yeah, everybody has seen, well, for anybody who actually sees this video in sequence with all the other videos that I've made of this game, you'd know how the quarry works. Alright, so next, once we gather everything out of the furnaces, and since there's only 8 charcoal in the furnace, next thing I cook, even if I do need more stone, would be more wood. But for right now, let's turn all the stone into stone bricks, all the stone bricks into as many stairs as I can, and that actually ate up every stone block I had. Okay. And from there, let's just keep building the walls for the lower section of Nimbus, city above the clouds. Ah, there is a fox down there. Interesting. As I try to climb up the stairs, not just backwards, but also turning around. By stairs, I mean a ladder. Because apparently they look so similar in this game, I can't tell them apart. But that's a moot point, because I try not to fall off. And in we are. I did this one wrong. Nope. It fixed to how I want it to go. Goody. Plus, I didn't have to leap all the way off into the water to grab that one. Because they despawn after about 5 minutes, so if I don't pick it up, I lose the stairs. And since each stairs is 6 units of... Yeah, this is something I failed to measure correctly. Anyway, since each 3 stone stairs, I believe, is 6 blocks, I'd prefer not to lose any. So I think it's 6. Yeah, it's 6 and you get 4. Oh, that was interesting. I would say that's never happened before, but technically I've never had scaffolding there before, so... Okay, now this is getting annoying. And there goes my pickaxe. There we are. One, two, three. It's like, what, one more and... Yeah, I think it's one more and then it hits the upper plate. Yeah, these are the stone bricks, so it's the upper plate and then 2 for the dirt. So this is as high as this portion of the wall goes. I may eventually remove this upper layer of stairs, replace it with stone bricks, so that way I can hang torches off of them. So I'm not certain if I hang torches off of the edge of the plate, basically from here up. I don't know if light will reach here, and I definitely don't want stuff spawning in the edges. That's always bad. Always, always bad. And apparently I missed a spot right here. No, I haven't. Alright, so that portion of the wall's effectively done. Sun is setting once again, so as far as I'm concerned, it's sleepy go Betty by time. Which is necessary because this big open dark area, stuff will spawn up here. because I don't have lights in here yet. And unlike the squirrel hut, that bed is out in the open. So if I get attacked and / or killed, and that's my respawn point, and it's up here that I get attacked or killed upon, I'm basically respawning right next to pretty much whatever killed the character. So that's always fun. No, it's not. No, it's not. Now you'd think I'd be able to grab it on the way down. But no. Am I slowly sinking? I think I'm slowly sinking. So I did grab it on the way down. I don't think I grabbed it on the way down because I believe these two stacks were completely filled, and there it is right there. There we are. Back up we go. Now the only real problem with building up this high, getting back up if you fall off. But that's what the water elevator is for. Anyway. I really gotta watch where I'm going. I've gotten so used to jumping after these things, I kinda got it nailed how exactly to find them once I get down here. Well, if this wasn't over the water, you'd go splat every time you fell off the thing and hit the ground. Really? Alright, so that's it for the stone stairs, or stone brick stairs, so. Now I get the fun task of gathering more materials. Because why not? Of course, I can gather all the cobblestone I could possibly ever need, but if I don't have any charcoal, I can't turn it back into stone, and if I can't turn it back into stone, I can't turn it back into stone bricks. So, rather than the first thing we gotta do is get more... I gotta stop planting these sweet berries and start eating them. Anyway, as I was saying, so rather than... forget what I was going to say, but rather than just simply gathering stone, what I should probably do is be gathering wood. And since pretty much all these oak trees have fully grown, with the exception of like 2, it's always the same 2. Anyway, time to gather some wood. Of course, Fireman's trying to figure out where the edge is. Found it! Alright, so I'm guessing the end of the thingy is right here, so... We just keep carving and carving and carving, and around and around and around we go until we get to the other end. And then it's this way. I do my best to hit every chunk of oak I can possibly find. So that way when the leaves start dying, I'll know where the remaining oak is that I just couldn't see and / forgot about. Meantime, once I actually get up to the top of the oak tree mine, as I sometimes like to call it, I try to level it out, take out all the oak above and along the sides of where I believe the topmost portion of it is, and then after that, just slowly work my way back down to the ground. A methodical way I find for doing this sort of thing. And since oak trees generally like growing in pretty much any direction, it's also helpful having them clumped together like this, so that way you can just chop into one, climb up it, and then hit all the others all at the same time. And my axe broke, but I got plenty more. That's why I carry plenty more. The sun's setting again. I feel like the sun's setting again. This feels like a sunset type, and sunset time, and I did just notice the sun going down, so let's head back to the squirrel hut, because that's my closest bed, and standing on the second floor of the quarry is not the way to get to the squirrel hut. This, by the way, is the squirrel hut. As you can see, it's basically, at the bare minimum, basically a bed in a hole in the ground. I call it the squirrel hut because squirrels, at least as far as I know them, are famous for burying their valuables, basically nuts, which they then use to eat later in the year. So since that bed and sometimes even a couple more extra things are buried down there, and why am I about to chop down a tree with a pickaxe, I'll never know. But as I was saying, because of that, I call it the squirrel hut. It's relatively easy, straightforward to build, so whenever I'm in a rush, that's generally what I go for. Because when you have to build quickly in order to hide from the unending horde of undead, aesthetics and complexity probably are not your friend. Of course, neither is falling down from great heights, but that's what happens when you perform the risky business of tree mining. Just gotta grab all the nice chunks of oak, otherwise the new saplings won't spawn. And it's raining, which is interesting given the fact that, at least as far as I know, it only rains during the night, and once you try to almost follow your death, once you sleep over the night, it usually stops raining, so that's interesting. And clearly, I did not go all the way in, because there are some trees there that I did not cut into. But anyway, once I get up to where I think the top is, as I said, I try to level it down. So it's basically get up to the top, carve out the edges and anything above your head. Because unlike some trees, oaks don't grow uniformly. And then after that, you just basically work your way down, one layer at a time, until you run out of wood, or you hit ground, whichever comes first. Last. Whichever comes last. Because trees are always connected to the ground. So you'll hit ground before you run out of wood, unless you're standing on top of whatever you're chopping. And when doing this with oak, you occasionally get apples, which are always fun. Of course, for some reason, not all the trees grow, and, well, it happens. Don't know why, it just does. Alright, just wanted to be certain I had an extra axe. Because this one's about to die. And it just died. Is it nighttime? I could have sworn I heard an enderman jumping. Which is odd, considering it's raining and I think they're allergic to water. It certainly causes them pain at the very least. Not certain if it'll flat out kill them, though. I think it might. But I'm not 100% certain, so don't hold me to that. Then we get to about 1 square above the ground. You gotta be careful, at least with the central areas, because right underneath these leaf blocks is where the torches are. And if you break the torches, you gotta put them back, otherwise the trees don't get enough light. And trees don't get enough light, they don't grow. They don't grow, no more tree mine. No more tree mine, no more wood. That's usually how it works, and I'm fairly certain it's nighttime now, so... or not. Well, it's still relatively light. I'll know when when skeletons and zombies start spawning. Which, I should point out, is a little bit too late for finding out. Also, when you get enough of these going, you can actually get enough leaf blocks to spawn enough saplings to just simply replant what you have. So, it's arguably self-sustaining. At least, it should be. The amount of saplings you get is usually variable, although I've often found it to be more than enough. In fact, I often get more than enough saplings. Let's see, I could have sworn I got rid of these leaf blocks, but I think that one sapling sprouted. Finally, I should point out. Which does, as my last axe breaks. But, does sometimes cause a issue when you don't have all your saplings fully grown at once. You could be basically carving down the ones that you have, and then right where you're standing, or right next to where you're standing, a new tree spawns. Nope, not night yet. Okay. It's just rainy and gloomy and miserable looking. Where did I put the spare cobblestone? Yes, I know I have spare cobblestone there, and I think that may be the only source of cobblestone I got. But generally, I prefer not to be using this because this is, well, the stuff in this chest, and if I ever bother to stockpile enough, this chest as well, is going to be the primary building material for Nimbus, City Above the Clouds. Could have sworn I heard something. Oh well. Yeah, that should be enough. And once again, I'm going to have to organize all the storages, but that's an issue for not right now. And I believe well, if you axe me, this should be enough axes.
It was supposed to be a joke. Jokes are usually funny.
Sorry, I got distracted by a drown that looked like he was trying to crawl ashore. Alright, now I think it's nighttime. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly grab all these floating spruce saplings, and then I'm going to head back to the squirrel hut. And those are pillagers, so we are not heading back to the squirrel hut. I'm going to keep working on quarry, so just simply walk off here because it's right next to the hill, hike all the way down, and oh look, quarry. Let's start mining, shall we? One advantage to being below ground in a, I don't want to call it climate-controlled environment, but might as well be, is that if you provide enough of a light source, and since you're protected from the outside world, enemies really just don't attack you. This problem is providing enough light source. I mean, in between episodes, I was doing the initial harvesting this stuff out, and I didn't have all these torches down here, and a zombie and a skeleton archer spawned. It was an interesting time. Well, they're not here now, so yeah, I did take them out. They could have, yes, but I took them out. Well, I really don't care if you believe me or not. And that, unlike my axe, was actually my last pickaxe, so... Well, that's annoying. Is pillagers still around? Nope. Yep. Stand still so I can shoot you. And by shoot, I mean kill. And I have no idea what that is. And I think I broke my own bed. That's annoying. But we are going to go to sleep. And it should now be daylight out. Apparently I killed a pillager captain. Did not even realize that. I'm assuming whatever the glowy thing is an alert stating to all pillagers that is now open season on this area, even though they attacked me first. So I have a feeling things are going to get interesting, especially considering there were 3 of them originally and only 2 jumped down here. So there is a third one out here somewhere. And I don't see him. Wrong button. Do wonder if this is ever going to go away. I mean, it doesn't look like it's affecting my health, so... I'm assuming that they're just angry because I deigned to defend myself. So I need 2 more stacks of wood. Oh, apparently I have an Illager banner. A zombie with a helmet's shown up. I just want to have more arrows in one of these boxes. Where am I putting my spare coal? Oh, there we are. Go there. Alright, still working on wood. Alright, and since these clumps of leaf blocks are still here, that most likely means that there's still wood blocks up there. So, gotta go up and clean them out. See, there's one. And to save on axe usage, we're going to use the sweep berries to clear out the leaf blocks. Because I can. There's a few more. Yeah, you got them all once. You know, you got them all once the leaf blocks start to dissipate. Which they're doing right now. So, as far as I guess we got them all. Alright, now that that's done with, just remove you just for fun, and then we plant more. Alright, so that's everything for my oak tree mine for right now. And I actually managed to come up with 4 extra saplings. So, plus there's probably going to be a few more, plus an extra oak block right there. This may generate a few more, so. However, still only have 1, 2, 3. Alright, so I miscounted. I only actually have 5. I mean, I have 6 stacks of oak logs, but one of them isn't complete. So I actually have 5 full stacks, which means I need 3 more. So let's get cutting into the spruce, which is probably the next most numerous tree I got. Unlike the oak trees, they don't generally grow up right next to each other. So while I do have a spruce tree mine, for lack of a better term, and generally the same shape as the oak tree mine, only about 4 of these trees have actually grown, and the rest won't actually grow until I chop down the rest of these. Of course, then we also have to... Actually, looks like another one sprouted. As I say, then we have to wait for the spruce leaves to disappear. One thing I do generally like about spruce as opposed to, say, oak, is that the spruce trees generally just grow straight up. And unlike natural growing spruce, which can get ridiculously tall, normal spruce trees only get about 4 or 5 blocks, so I don't have to climb as high to, well, get more. But again, they don't grow as numerously and definitely not as much on top of each other, so. But yeah, more oak starting to sprout. I usually like waiting until predominantly all or most of the oak sproutlings have sprouted before harvesting them down. That's why it looked like it did at the very beginning. But as I said before, and will repeat time and time and time and time again, spruce don't operate that same way. So unlike, say, oak, what I usually do is once I get enough saplings to replace what's been chopped down, I replace what's been chopped down. And hope that enough spruce saplings have fallen by the time I've done so to cover all the spots that I've removed. Now I wait for more spruce to grow and for the existing leaves to die. In the meantime, now I go to town on the acacia wood, which, unlike spruce, doesn't technically grow in a straight line, although it is not as complicated as oak trees are. But they do have this weird curve to them. I guess weird is a misnomer. I mean, the acacia trees, I believe, initially spawn in, or at least naturally spawn in savannas, which are usually wide open. Basically, they're plains, but if my understanding is, unlike the actual plain-like environment, like, say, out in the Midwest, where in addition to it being open and flat, it's also quite fertile, savannas don't get as much rain, so unlike, as I said, the Midwest of the United States, I believe savannas are also are affected by the monsoonal climate. So savannas only get rain for a certain chunk of the year, and after that it becomes the dry season, and basically everything goes into hibernation or dies, one of the two. And it's nighttime again. Come on. I'm probably going to lose more sweet berries to accidentally planting them than I will to eating them. Anyway. Have I gotten any acacia saplings? 1. Make that 2, which means I can plant the ones that I took. Always fun. Bare minimum, I like grabbing enough saplings from to equal what I've used, and if I can get more, I won't say no. So, just plant you right here, and put torches around it, so that way it gets light even in the darkest of times. And I don't think I've gotten any others yet. Although more spruce has sprouted, and I probably could have just climbed up here and just chopped it down. There we go. Oh, fudge. Well, I mean, they are in the shade, so would explain why they don't burn. Of course, my inventory's full again. Well, now my inventory isn't full. I get more acacia saplings. So I shall plant more acacia saplings. Because I don't know if acacia can grow that close to each other, given how widespread their leaf patterns are and the fact that they like to bend and twist. Once I get probably 3 or 4 dozen of the saplings, I might test it out, but for right now, I'm going to treat it like birch saplings and give them the space they need. Now, if the jungle tree would just grow, I'd be happy. But it's not, so who knows. Alright, so I didn't get much Arcadia wood from that, basically 20 logs. And while I do like traveling the entire stack in the smelter, charcoal is charcoal, so I can just simply use whatever. So, I mean, I could use a combination of 59 spruce logs and 5 Arcadia logs if I timed it out to fill in as the spruce was used up, or as the Acacia was used up, depending upon which I decide to use first. Or I can just simply build a hopper, attach it to a smelter, and just let nature take its course. But hoppers require iron, and while I do have a small amount of iron ore, it's not enough iron to fully automate 8 smelters, so... Smelters? Furnaces? I don't remember. Nope, it's furnace. Okay, I said that wrong. Guess I've been playing too much Satisfactory, I get the two confused. And my inventory is full, isn't it? Yes, it is. Stick you right there for right now. What am I doing? A massive hodgepodge of storage is right here. I just dump everything in here. Let's go there. There's as well. Spare oak goes in. Spare spruce. You know what? I should plant my birch sapling. I'm worried because as the
last couple of playthroughs and the like.
Well, not playthroughs. Last couple times I've played this game, birch doesn't give as much saplings as they used to. I mean, used to be I'd just have them similar to oak. In fact, birch used to be my primary building wood, just simply because it grew relatively quickly, grew relatively compactly, and didn't grow as tall or as far flung or spread out or as wide as the oak did. So, but then one of the updates that they did some time ago changed the spawn rate of birch saplings, so I almost got next to none of them and was constantly running out. Much like the dark oak here. How come I only got 1 sapling from it? That's annoying. Sorry, 2 saplings. Make that 3 saplings. Would like 4. See a 4th one up there. There's the 4th one. Okay, that means I can replant in a similar manner as to what I had. Of course, if I can get extra saplings, I prefer it. That way I can have more than 1 tree. Much like this Arcadia. And it's raining again. Seems to be raining a lot as of late. Never seen an Arcadia tree sprout like that before, but then again, I don't often deal with Arcadia trees, so who knows? That could be actually quite common, for all I know. Okay, so it's now thunderstorming out. So let's get to bed because it's nighttime. And now it's not thunderstorming. It's like a spider off in the distance. Alright, so I mean, I now have a full stack of spruce logs, bringing the total up to 6 full stacks. Do I have any spare wood just lying around? Not the right chest, not the right chest. I got some logs, well, planks. Got a bunch of Arcadia wood. Got a bunch of random Arcadia saplings. More Arcadia logs. Yeah, I got like 15 iron ore and 12 iron ingots, and to make hoppers, they're around here somewhere. I need 1 chest and 5 ingots apiece. And I have 8 furnaces and 3 hoppers per furnace. 1 to put in the thing to be cooked, 1 to handle the fuel, and then 1 to handle output. So 3 times 8 is 24. 24 times 5 is 120. So I need 120 iron to make enough hoppers to fully automate all these furnaces. And I don't have that much iron, so there's that. I think that's it for dark oak saplings, but I did manage to pick up 1 spare sapling, so I guess that's good. I'm also going to start chopping down these Arcadia trees. I know they're all not fully grown, but I would like to get the wood that I need to repower the furnaces. And I'm at 50 units of Arcadia wood right now to complete a full stack, so I figure what's fully grown now, especially once I discovered I had plenty of spare saplings, should be enough to get me that full stack, and probably a little bit extra, assuming you don't try to chop down a tree with a shovel. I mean, in this game it's quite possible, but it damages the shovel more than the axe, so I'd prefer not to use it if I can help it. And because it's grew too far away, we put some more wood down to get to the upper portion of this tree, remove all the wood blocks, and then just start chopping my way back down. There we are. And my inventory is full again, isn't it? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So this is what I'm going to do. You know that 1 singleton birch sapling that I had? Remember that 1 singleton birch sapling that I had? It goes there. Hopefully it's far enough away from the Acacia trees to not matter. Just pick those up. And probably between all that's left, an extra 8. Would be nice if it just simply got me wood, but it doesn't work it like that. So, and back in the day, they originally only, well, back when they were still building Minecraft, they only originally had 1 kind of plank. So technically, no matter how many different kinds of wood you had, you could, in theory, just simply turn it all into planks and it would all be the same kind of plank. But then I believe once they introduced jungle wood, they also introduced different kinds of planks, so... You know, and the generic plank became the oak plank, and everything else just became a different shade or color of, well, planks. Is it divisible by 8? No, it's 32. So I need to keep track of this last one. So 32 divided by 8 is 4. That's 3, so 7. That should be 8. I can just put the random chunks of wood back, as well as my extra saplings. Most sticks are kept in a different box. Box right here is where the sticks go. Alright, and once these are all done cooking, I put in another group, and once that's all done cooking, put in another group. And I should have counted it out, so that way they all equate to a full unit of charcoal. So the charcoal that's already been made plus the oak logs still in the furnace should equate to an equal number of used charcoal. In this case, 4 of them. And so then this one will consume 3 more, and then this will consume 1 more. And that should get me my 64 units of charcoal to repower that furnace. Much like the others. I just go through and keep grabbing saplings. Just wait for more trees to grow. And for the charcoal to be made, so that way it can make more stone. Of course, I could technically also just keep mining. I mean, I am a little over 4 full stacks. Because my one issue is the one that doesn't have a full thing of wood in it will basically go out, well, finish its job before the others, and if I'm not paying it close enough attention to it, all the others will finish, and then I'll have to wait extra more time for that final furnace to basically refurnace the rest. Does that make any sense? That's why I call stuff in the furnace cooking. So now if I don't catch the final furnace as it's completing, it'll delay everything else because all the others will finish. Well, all the others are going to finish cooking their wood before this one, the final one, does, regardless of how I time it. But if I delay it long enough, the delay will definitely be noticeable. And I believe the sun is setting yet again. There goes another pickaxe, but because the sun's setting, I might as well just head back up. Yeah, and this one's already finished, so we stick you in. Find the access to the squirrel hut, and dive right down. Close up the squirrel hut, and go to bed. Now you would think stuff will continue over the course of the night, but technically no. Alright, so that's 2. Of course, now we stare at the impossibility of a independently non-supported pillar of wood just floating in midair. Of course, they've technically been doing that the entire time, unless you count, like, corners and edges connecting, which... If this in real life, that wouldn't happen. But then again, if this were real life, I would not be doing this. Probably playing video games about doing other things. Just making certain that there were no cobblestone cut up top there. It's happened. I have more than enough stone now, but I might as well just keep going just to finish off this side. Just because I'm a stickler for uniformity. Okay, not really, but, or maybe I am, I'm not quite certain. Fail to see why it matters, just because I like having all of my ducks in a row organized by height and alphabetized by color. Because I'm weird like that. Oh, just for fun, let's remove the iron too. I mean, I'll get to it eventually. But for right now, it's one of those nice to have type things. Probably some of this coal as well. Anything else still stuck to the walls other than other kinds of stone and dirt? Nope, then I guess we're good. Up we go. Just making certain I got everything. Looks like I got everything. Oh look, more coal that I missed. Of course, now I don't have enough dirt to refill this whole area back in. So I'm going to have to grab some more dirt. Alright, and as I expected what would happen would happen. This one's now technically behind because all the other furnaces have done smelting. So we'll just have the last bit cook that. As I grab some dirt, if I can remember which of the many boxes, which is probably several of them, holds the dirt. More sweet berries because they don't fill up as much as other types of food, but it's right now the only regrowable thing I got growing. Even if it does try to kill you when you try to pick it. There we are, that's fixed. Weird, could have sworn I heard a spider. Oh well. The furnaces are done cooking their next batch of fuel, so just reset all of that, including the one that I apparently had missed. Once that's done, we shove in the next round of cobblestone to cook into stone, to make into stone bricks, to turn the stone bricks into stone brick stairs to continue the walls of Nimbus, city above the clouds. Alright, and that's all good. I can put all my extra stuff away. I have more birch saplings than I thought I did. Interesting. Not birch, spruce. Put the apples there. Coal can go in here. Yeah, I guess we're good. Random stick. And I would check for more saplings, but oh look, the birch tree is done growing. But something tells me any random saplings that had spawned while I was harvesting more stone probably would have despawned by now. So, as I said, we just basically wait for stone to finish, well, the cobblestone to finish cooking, and then we can turn into more stuff to continue building Nimbus, city above the clouds. But that's all going to be another issue for another time. Oh, look, a fox. Because I'm going to call it here.
Everybody stay safe from the plague, and have a good day.